All right, everybody, hello and welcome. We are here for Flow 30. We're going to be doing a lot of strength building, weight bearing types of positions today that is so beneficial for us. So if you're interested in building your strength, this is going to be a great class for you. I do want to just remind you that there's so many ways to modify, to take a rest, to make this workout perfect for you. So please do make sure that you're making your modifications. I will mention if I think a yoga block might be useful. I'm not sure exactly when that will fit in, but sometimes a yoga block can be really helpful. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin up to the front of the mat and standing position. Bring your feet to hip width apart or slightly wider if that feels like a little better base for you. And just make sure that the feet feel strong into the ground as you look straight ahead. The arms are by your sides, the sternum lifts slightly, and the head is pulled back over the shoulders. For me anyway, it feels like there's a little bit of effort required to pull that head back because we're so used to having the head in front of the shoulders. So we consciously pull the head back, the sternum lifts a little bit, and I feel like that lengthens through the abdominals here. As I lift the sternum, as I pull the head back, I feel a sense of lengthening and activation in the abdominal region. So from here, it's as if we're reaching the crown of the head toward the sky, nice and tall. Exhale your breath. And on the inhale, raise the hands up high. Look all the way up to the hands, stretch it out, pointing the fingers up toward the ceiling. And then look forward and take a slow forward fold. Bring the hands down to the knees or the shins or the ankles. Drop your head all the way down. Then slide your hands to your upper shins. And this is our flat back position. So let's take just a moment here. For most of us, the knees are going to be bent just a little. If you look up here, you can see my knees are bent just a little. But my back is not rounded. Here, my back is rounded. You can clearly see this. In order to get out of this position, I want you to feel like you're looking straight down to the floor in front of you, and you're lifting the sternum and pulling the belly in. That's going to help flatten that back. Notice how strong you are in your core and in your legs and your hips. Now go ahead and come the rest of the way up to standing. Reach the hands up high and lower the arms down. So we're going to really focus in on our isometrics, using our muscles to support our bodies. Raise the hands up high, lower down, forward fold. Feel your spine starting to warm up, loosen up, and then slide the hands to the upper shins. Now this should feel like a lot of connection, muscle contraction. Connect and squeeze tight through your legs and come the rest of the way up to standing. Reach up high and lower just the arms down. Roll the shoulders. Other direction. And arms by your sides. Breathing in, raise it up high. This time we're going to add just a little back bend. So let the hips come forward a little, squeeze your glutes tight, look up and reach back. And then release down into forward fold. Bring the hands to the upper shins. Try to flatten that back, looking forward or out in front of your mat. And then come the rest of the way to standing, reach up high, lower the arms down. We're going to keep flowing here. Reach the hands up high. We're going to add the back bend. Push the hips forward a little, squeeze the glutes, lean back a little further, stretch it out. Come forward all the way down, forward fold. Hands to the upper shins, look up. And push the rest of the way up, hands up high. Lower the arms down. Let's keep moving. Reach the arms up high. Add that back bend. Lower down, forward fold. Hands to the upper shins, look up. And come the rest of the way up, hands up high. Lower the hands down. We're going to keep adding to it. Reach up high, add the back bend. Lower down, forward fold. Hands to the upper shins, look up. This time, slide the hands back down and bring your fingertips onto the floor or your block. If it's hard to get the fingertips to the floor, this is where you use your block. Now scoot the feet in toward each other a little and float the right foot slowly back into lunge pose. Lower the back knee to the ground, rise the hands up onto the front knee. So we're in this familiar lunge position. Walk the front foot forward a little, lean forward and back, forward and back. So find this little rhythm. Belly pulls in nice and tight. There's a little bit of pace to this. Last two. Last one. Back to center. Push your feet into the ground, raise the hands up high. Now stabilize the low body, start to look up toward the hands. Breathe, pull the belly in, and release. Hands down, curl the back toes under, step it up to the front of the mat. Left foot floats back, lower the knee to the ground. Point the toes back, preferably so that you're on the top of the foot like I've done it here. If you need to, you can curl the toes under, but this is going to feel more stable if your ankle and your foot allow for that position. Now start to move forward and back. So I mentioned weight bearing. We're doing a lot of weight bearing today, even in this position. Pushing down into the ground. Bear your weight into the floor. Use your legs. Twice more. Last one. Back to center. Now secure the low body. Push your feet into the floor. Raise the hands up high. Look up. Stabilize. And release. Hands down. Curl the back toes under. And step up to the front of the mat. Come all the way to standing. Reach up high. Lower the hands down. So you recognize this, right? This is all basic, fun, familiar flow. Great way to warm up. Let's keep this going. Reach it up high. Arc the spine, reach back, squeeze your glutes. Lower down, forward fold. Hands to the upper shins, look up. Forward fold back down. Bring your fingertips to the floor or your block. Step the right foot back, lunge pose. Now you can bring the knee down or you can keep the knee lifted if you want it harder. Rise the hands to the front knee and bring your torso to vertical. Now here, I want a back leg to go straighter and the front knee to bend deeper. Then reach the hands up high. See if you can look up toward the hands, stabilize. Now lean out over the front leg and hold. Feel the weight bearing into the front leg. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Step it up to the front of the mat. Stay with your breathing. Left foot floats back. If you need to, the knee is down on the ground. Otherwise, the knee is lifted. Rise the hands up onto the front knee. Now, bring your spine to vertical. So usually we'll lean forward a little like I'm doing here. Pull the chest back, straighten the back leg, bend into the front leg, then raise the hands up. Take a look up toward the hands, and then look forward and lean over the front leg. Hold for a breath. Lower the hands down and step up to the front of the mat. Come all the way to standing. Reach up high. Lower just the hands down. Excellent, everybody. Good work. Give yourself a breath. If you have your yoga block, it's going to be handy on this next one. So have it close by. And we're again building with our flow. Raise the hands up. Once again, arc the spine, squeeze your glutes. You may find this back bend getting a little easier. Maybe you open the arms out wider. One breath, reach back. And then come forward. Forward fold, lower down. Bring your fingers onto the floor. Right foot floats back. If you're using the block, bring it to the inside of the front foot. So that's the inside of your left foot. Place your right hand on the block. The left hand reaches up into twist. Once again, your back leg, knee can be on the floor. If the knee is lifted, straighten the back leg and bend into the front leg. Twist. Reach the top arm forward over the ear and lower the hand down to the ground. You can set the block aside, step up to the front of the mat. Very strong, everybody. Great work. Left foot back, block to the inside of the front foot. Left hand on the block. Raise the right hand up. You're straightening the back leg, but you're bending the front leg. Breathe. Now reach that top arm forward over the ear, stretch, lengthen, reach, use your muscles, and lower the hand down to the ground. Set the block aside, step up to the front of the mat. Come all the way to standing, reach up high, and lower the arms down. Beautiful work, everybody. Breathe in, breathe out, roll the shoulders. All right, fantastic. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach it up high. Lower down, forward fold. This time, step back with both feet into plank pose. So once you're in plank, you can immediately bring the knees to the ground like I've done here. So knees to the ground or knees lifted. You choose, hold, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring the knees to the ground. Point the toes back. Take the hips to the heels. You might want to widen the knees a little here. You're sitting back into child's pose. Bring the hands in close to your head. See if you can get your forehead to come down to the ground or slip your hands underneath your forehead. And release. Come right back up. Tabletop position. And then lift up and into your plank pose. So in this series, you're constantly adjusting your hands and your feet position. So we want the legs long, the arms long, and the spine long. Hold here, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, hips to heels all the way back. Rise back up. And our third time, forward and into plank pose. Knees up or knees down. I'm going to do knees down this time, just so you know it's okay for you to do it as well. Okay, hold the knees down if you need to. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Push back, child's pose. This time, rise your hands off the ground, coming up into upright kneeling position. Send the hands up high. Look up to the hands, squeeze your glutes. Lower the arms halfway down, out to the sides. Rotate to the left. Look to the back hand. Rotate to the right. Look to the back hand. Back to center. Raise the hands up high. Lower the hands down onto the floor. Walk the hands forward. Lower yourself down onto the ground. Check to see that your hands are by the mid-rib cage. So they're not up by the shoulders, but they're also not pulled too far back. When you're ready, push your chest up off the ground, cobra pose, elbows still bent, thighs still on the ground. So your elbows are bent. We're not here. Elbows are still bent, thighs on the ground. Now lower back down. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, lift, exhale down. Inhale, lift, exhale down. Twice more. Good. Lower down. Now lift up again and push back into child's pose. All the way back. Exhale your air and release. Come back forward. And this time into tabletop, curl the toes under, and we lift up into downward facing dog. First time in downward dog, everybody. Nice job today. Go ahead and bend and straighten those legs a couple of times. So good to get a stretch in the backs of your legs. And release. Lower the knees to the floor. Just a very quick reminder, everybody. Please take a look up here if you haven't already. Remember that the hands are gripping the mat. So your hands are solid into the ground. And then you get the body away from your hands by bending the knees a little, okay? So go ahead and come into this with me. So start in tabletop. Get those hands strong into the ground. They're gripping the mat. Now lift the knees up with the knees still bent a little and push your sternum towards your knees.
Now make the legs go a little straighter. Don't shift your weight towards your hands. Hold one breath. Good, everybody. Lift the heels high and lower the knees to the floor. Take the hips back to the heels and release. Once again, lift the hands off the ground. We're in upright kneeling position, just like we did a moment ago. Reach the hands up high. Lower the hands halfway down. Rotate to the left. Now this time, your left hand is going to come onto the back of your thigh, or maybe the calf, or maybe the heel, or maybe curl the toes under and get the heel. Do what works for you here. Do not strain the back. Reach up and look up. Breathe. Reach up and look up. Breathe. Now squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes, push yourself back up. Lower the arms halfway down, out to the sides. Rotate to the right. Right hand comes onto the back of your thigh, or maybe you can get the calf, or maybe you can reach to the heel. Left arm reaching up. Now squeeze your glutes tight and reach. Breathe. And release. Raise both hands up high. Lower the hands down to the ground. And tabletop position. You can adjust your hands and feet here. You're doing great. Give yourself the proverbial pat on the back. You're doing fantastic. Round the spine, tuck the chin, arc the spine, and look up. All right, everybody, fantastic. Now we're going to go through some additional strength work here. I'm going to give you some options to make it easier or harder. So the hands are back on the ground. You're going to come up into your plank pose. So find that plank. Now, walk the feet close together, and everybody bring the knees to the floor. Now, your left knee stays on the ground. The right leg lifts off the ground. Hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Right knee down, left leg up and reaches way back. 3, 2, and 1. Now, you're going to repeat that. Or you're going to do it with the knees up off the ground. So you choose knees down or knees up. Right leg lifts. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Right foot down, left foot up. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Foot down, knees down, hips to heels. Exhale your breath. Rise up. Lift the hands off the ground. This time, just give your arms a little shake out. Whew, great job. Shoulders moving, arms and wrist. Raise the hands up high. Lower the hands down. We're getting such great work done here. Hands forward onto the ground. Lift up into your plank pose. Bring your feet close together. Either foot lifts or keep the feet on the ground. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Left foot lifts. 3, 2, and 1. Foot to the ground. Separate your feet, hip width apart. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, hips to heels. Exhale your breath. Release, rise the hands off the ground. Same pattern, reach up high. Lower the arms down. Beautiful, we've got one more to go. You can do it, stay with it. Hands down onto the floor. This time, you're going to come up into plank pose. Now we're going to be lowering to the floor this time. So knees up, or most of you are probably going to need the knees to the floor. Ready? Go down nice and slow. 3, 2, and 1. Softly land your body on the ground. Lift up to cobra so your chest lifts. Your elbows are still bent. Push back, child's pose. All right. Again, come forward. Now, don't let the elbows get too far away from your body. Your elbows stay fairly close. Lift up into plank. Knees up, or probably knees down is going to be a better idea. Lower your body slowly to the ground. 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Rise up, cobra, push the chest up, and then back into child's pose. And again, last time, you got this. You can do it. Forward to plank pose, knees down, or maybe knees up, lower down, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, cobra, push back, child's pose, and release the hands up off the ground. Whew. Shake out those arms. Great work, everybody. Come into, we're going to work our way up to standing, but let's do it through downward facing dog. Hands onto the floor. Lift up. Downward dog. Let's pedal those legs out again just because it feels so good and it's so helpful. One more time to each side. Now walk your feet into the middle of your mat. Walk your hands back to your feet and come all the way up to standing. Reach up high and lower just the arms down. Marvelous, everybody. So good. I want you to take note, grab some water if you need it. I want you to take note of how your upper body feels. We should feel like we've really used our muscles. That is the goal here, to build up our strength. Now let's focus more on the lower body for the rest of our workout. Legs wide, straddle position. Beginning with just a simple forward fold stretch, go halfway down, keeping the back straight. That means your chin and chest have lifted a little. Your back stays straight, your elbows are pointing toward the ceiling. And push back up. So this is actually a harder move than it seems like. We tend to move the spine more than we should. So as you go down the second time, nothing changes except the hinge at the hips where your hands are, and you're going to feel your pelvis move back a little. There's no rounding in the spine. There's no bend at the knees. And push back up. So it's such a simple movement, we tend to make it too complicated. Let's do it one more time. Down we go, hips back, hips hinge, spine is straight, and push back up. As simple as this is great work for strengthening our legs and our core. Now, turn the right foot and lean over the right leg. We're familiar with this position, right? You're leaning directly over the leg. Resist the temptation to reach that hand down too low. So whatever position you're in, just let the hand be on the leg. Don't try to reach it too low. I want you to feel like your chest, you can place your hand on your chest if you like, and turn it. I like your chest to be facing more toward the ceiling, toward the sky rather than toward the ground. Now, last option, take that top arm and reach it up toward the ceiling. Excellent. Now use your lower body power and lift yourself up out of that pose. Level off the arms, bend your knee. Now we're back to this position like we'd done earlier, where we're straightening the back leg, we're bending the front leg, and you're bringing your chest, your upper body to vertical. So pull it back away from that bent knee a little. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the leg. Place the hand down on the leg. Lean. We're going to repeat the exact same sequence. Hand comes down onto the shin. Top arm reaches up. Turn, look up toward the sky. Feel your power in your legs. Lift up. Level off the arms. Bend your knee. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Straighten. Relax the arms. Square the foot. Nice job. Square up those feet. Turn the left foot. So good to feel your power in your lower body. Lean directly over the left leg, not in front of the left leg. Let your hand just naturally come down onto the leg. Don't reach. Your top arm, hand can come to the chest. Turn your chest toward the ceiling. Now, don't get me wrong. You can reach lower if you can keep the spine straight. Don't round the back here. Finally, you can reach the hand up and maybe look up. Feel your strong muscles in your lower body. Push yourself up. Arms go level. Bend your knee. Remember, we're straightening the back leg. We're bending the front leg. Chest comes back to vertical. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten, and we do it again. Lean. Set your arms in place. Look up if you can. Feel your balance. Power yourself up. Arms go parallel. Bend your knee. Straighten the back leg. Get deep in the bend of the front leg. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Straighten that leg. Relax the arms and heel toe the feet all the way in. Give yourself a smile and shake out those legs. Whew. Great job, everybody. Come back into straddle and always challenging yourself. I find that people will tend to be just a little narrow with the stance, and know that your legs can support you if you go ahead and step out another inch on each side. Strong legs can do this. Hands to the sides of your legs. Let your hands slide down your legs as you reach down to the shins or the ankles or even maybe the outsides of your feet. Stay for the breath. And release. Come all the way up. Send your hands up high. Lower the arms down. Heel toe. Now make your feet work. I really mean heel toe. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Make those feet work. Great. Okay. Grab your block, please. Now, you can set your block a little higher on its highest end if you are a little less flexible. If you're a little more flexible, then you can set it down on its lowest height. Widen out the feet. We're going to reach the arms out. Now, before we go any further, think about lengthening both your legs, both your arms, and your spine as the crown of the head reaches toward the sky. Take your right hand and sweep it down to the block as your left hand reaches toward the ceiling. Now, the key to this is that your legs are still straight, your spine is still straight, and both arms are still straight. Nice. Release and switch hands. Left hand onto the block, right hand reaches up, twist. Feel powerful in your core. Reach and release. Hands down, rise up, hands up high. Lower the arms down. Once again, heel toe your feet in, all the way in. Now, you can feel just how much strength work that rotation, that twist requires. A lot of abdominal work. Let's do it again. Second time is going to be even better. Get those legs wide. Reach the arms up and reach the right hand down. Now, if it's easy to get to the block, you can always reach to the floor if you can get there without bending at the spine. Now, reach up. Really use your legs. Breathe. And release. Left hand down. Right hand up. Breathe. And release. Power yourself up. Reach the hands up high. Lower the hands down. Heel toe it in. Yeah, nice, everybody. All right. So there, some excellent foot, lower body work. One more for us. Turn to face toward the front of your mat. Hands on the hips. Right foot steps back, 1 step, 2 steps, and 3 steps. Now, if you need to for balance, you can drop the back heel to the floor. If you look up here for a second, you can see my back heel is on the floor. The foot is at a little angle. However, if you're able to, you're going to lift the back heel. The heel is toward the ceiling, and you're finding your balance here. Now start to bend both knees. So this time the back leg is bending rather than straight. Raise the hands up. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Now straighten into both legs. Find your balance. Can you straighten and contract your legs and your glutes? And release the hands. Carefully step it up to the front of the mat. Last one, everyone. Left foot steps back. 1, 2, and 3. If you need to roll the heel down, go ahead. Otherwise, the heel is lifted. Find your balance. Bend both knees. That back knee is deeply bent. Raise the hands up. You can do it. Stay with it. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten both legs. See if you can find this balance. It's super tricky. 3, straighten into your legs. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your legs. And release. Lower the arms. Soften those knees. And step it up to the front of the mat. Nice work, everybody. Arms by your sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, come up. Side bend to the right. Side bend to the left. Back to center. Arms halfway down. Twist to the right. Twist to the left. Back to center. And release the arms. Roll them out. Finish with a long, deep breath. And another one for good measure. Let's reinforce that we have done incredible work over the last just 30 minutes to strengthen these bodies that we live in. So great. Pat yourself on the back. Nice job for doing your strength work today and doing your flow. All right, everybody, take care. So glad you joined me. I'll see you for the next one. Take care and bye for now.